On to the Bears! What's up, Fin fans? So, we're on to the Bears. I might talk about one or two Bengal things, but we're on to the Bears. I'm going to break down some injury news. I'm going to break down some other news. And then I'm going to get into 5 things on how we could beat the Bears. And then I got 2 questions of the day from you guys, because you guys are kicking ass when it comes to asking me questions for the videos. And sometimes it's very hard to pick one, so I picked 2 this week. So you keep asking those questions. But let's get to some injury news. So Tunsil, who got knocked out of the Bengals game because of a concussion, practiced yesterday and today. I'm recording this on Thursday. So yesterday and today, but he's limited. Still in concussion protocol. But please, Jesus, I hope he plays on Sunday. We need him there on Sunday. Desperately need him there on Sunday. McDonald, full practice today. He didn't practice on Wednesday because of an ankle injury that's been bothering him. Oh my God. What is going on with this team? Is there somebody that's like has a voodoo doll with all of our players? Jesus. And then Smythe was limited today because of an ankle injury. What is going on? Take your vitamins, Dolphins. McCain and Wake did not practice today. I don't know if they're going to play on Sunday. But they didn't play last week, and we got a great pass rush, and we got great pressure, and our defense played great. So, hey, rest up if you need to, but if not, we need you on the field. And then Branch, Derby, Chase Allen, Devontae Parker were all limited, but it seems like Chase Allen played last week. Devontae Parker, who knows? And Branch and Derby are, we don't know. It'd be fantastic if Branch and Derby could play Sunday. I think it would really boost the team up, especially Derby, because we need help at the tight end. And then the Dolphins pick up a wide receiver for the practice squad, Travis Rudolph, right? Pick him up, sign him to the practice squad. He goes on the field. He's on the field for about 10 minutes, and then he tears his ACL. And he's done for the year. That's how the Dolphins' luck has been going when it comes to health. It's just, if it rains, it's pouring. So then they bring Malcolm Lewis back. He was on our team in the offseason. They bring his ass back to be on the practice squad, another wide receiver. And I got some tidbits I'm just going to throw at you real quick before I get into my 5 things the Dolphins need to do to win this game against the Bears, which isn't unlikely. A lot of people are like, oh, they're going to get their asses whooped. Hold your breath. First thing I would do, right? So a lot of our problems is the offensive line. So if Laramie Tunsil cannot play Sunday, right, you need to activate Stirrup. But Stirrup and Young are battling for that left tackle position. I wouldn't even put Young at left tackle. Young plays way, way better at right tackle. So what I would do is I would take Juwan James, put him at left tackle, because he does play better at left tackle than Young does. Put Young at right tackle, and that's what I would do for now. Just a little stopgap for now until the following week, right? When we play the friggin' Lions. So for now, that's what I would do. I would just switch them to, or I'd have Stirrup play left tackle because Stirrup would be better than Young, and then Juwan James can be at right tackle, probably going up against Khalil Mack. In the future, after this week, because Eric Flowers, I know I said before, there's no way I'd sign Eric Flowers because he almost killed Eli Manning, but I saw Omar Kelly bring this point up, and I was like, that's a really good idea. Why not? Right now, they put Eric Flowers on waivers, and then Eric Flowers completely cleared waivers. So now he's a free agent. So the Dolphins can sign him to whatever the hell they want. No guaranteed money, because I think he had $2.8 million guaranteed. They don't have to worry about that shit. I would sign Eric Flowers, right? Have Tunsil at left tackle. Have Juwan James at right tackle, right? I'd put Ted Larson at center. I would put Eric Flowers at left guard, and I would keep Jesse Davis at right guard, because Jesse Davis has been playing really well at right guard, except for last week where it was probably his worst game. But then that would be my offensive line. And I think with that offensive line, because I think Eric Flowers at left guard would be better for him. It's not a lot of, because look at Tunsil when he started at left guard. He played really well. That's what I would do. I'd have the line be that Tunsil, Eric Flowers, Ted Larson, Jesse Davis, and Juwan James. And I feel like that offensive line would be good enough to win us some games and give Tannehill time and open up a running lane. So that's what I'm thinking offensive line. And then some fun facts. Fitz played 42 out of the 60 defensive snaps. They're giving him a lot of work, and he does not seem overwhelmed by it. Got some Fitz magic going on in that defense. And Charles Harris, they moved him in at defensive tackle on some of those pass rushes. And the second sack that Baker got, Harris was right there, and he was super frustrated that Baker got the sack before he did. So Harris is getting there. I know a lot of people wanted him to advance quicker because he's a first-round pick, and he needs to do better, but he is progressing. So those are the nuggets. Those are the little tidbits that I like to give you, like little treats. Here you go, guys. Here's some snacks before I give you the meal of 5 things the Dolphins need to do to beat the Bears.
The Bears.
So here we go. Number 1. This is the most important thing the Dolphins need to do to beat the Bears, is they need to limit Khalil Mack's production. And what I mean by limit his production, I mean limit the amount of sacks this dude gets. Limit the amount of times he's in the backfield. Just, here's Khalil Mack, right? Oh shit, Khalil Mack, just limit him away. Just limit him away. So what I would do, and I'm not an offensive coordinator, I'm not a head coach. I know some of football, but I'm not going to tell you I'm a guru of football. This is what I would do. I'd run away from him. I would do pitch plays. I would do sweeps. I would do rollouts away from Khalil Mack and make him obsolete. I would try to take him out as much as possible. I'd have tight ends chip him before they roll out. I'd have linebackers stay in on passing plays and just make sure that man is just non-existent. Because if he starts disrupting things, and if Tannehill starts fumbling and Tannehill starts doing his thing, and it's going to be a long game, fellas. It's going to be a long game. Number 2, we need to run the ball, and we need to stop the run. We need to produce runs. We need to keep going. Last week, we were running well. Frank Gore had some ridiculous runs like this Mamma Jamma, where he ran over somebody and kept running. We need to keep running. We need to get 100 yards rushing. I don't even give a shit if Kenyon Drake got 70 yards rushing, and then Frank Gore gets 35, 40 yards rushing. We need to get 100 yards rushing, but then we also need to focus on stopping the run. Once we make the Bears' offense one-dimensional, then we make Trubisky have to beat us. And our secondary is good enough to make him make mistakes. Fun fact, who is the number 1 team leading in interceptions? The Miami Dolphins with 10 interceptions on the season. We are number 1 with takeaways when it comes to interceptions. So, make Trubisky make mistakes. Let's get some picks. The third thing the Dolphins need to do to beat the Bears is we need some better play calling. And what I mean by that is, if you notice in the Raiders game, we were down and we were getting beat by the Raiders. All of a sudden, Adam Gase starts throwing some trickeration in there. And what I mean, I know the jet sweep isn't a trickeration. I know I get a lot of comments. It's not a trick play! I know it's not a trick play. What I'm talking about is the one where he gave it to Gore, and then Gore flipped it to Albert Wilson, he ran by, threw it to Jakeem Grant. That sparked it. We get a touchdown, and then they do the jet sweep. Throw some plays like that in there. Change it up. Make the defense go shit. Screen doesn't work on the first shot, stop it. Don't do 2 times in a row. If the run doesn't work the first time when we lose 2, I'd still run it again. Especially if you're up by 17. Especially if you're up by 7. You run it again and again and again. You eat the clock up, you give it back to your defense, especially if your defense is holding the opposition to 3 points at the time. That's here nor there because I'm getting back to the old game, and I promised myself I wouldn't do that. 4th thing the Dolphins need to do to beat the Chicago Bears, to convert 3rd downs, and we need to prevent 1st downs. So we need to stay on the field on offense, and we need to get off the field on defense. That's what we need to do. But it seems like that's what every team needs to do, Doug. Yeah, I get it, but the Dolphins are ass at converting 3rd downs. Complete poopy. They are the worst team in the NFL right now converting 3rd downs. Absolutely horrible. Is that the play call? Quite possibly. Is it the execution of the team? Quite possibly. It's very hard to put certain things on certain people, because you might call the best play at the best time against the best defensive call, and if the team doesn't execute, then all of a sudden they're like, that's a horrible call. If the team executed it, it would actually be a fantastic call, and you'd call them a genius. You got to convert these 3rd downs. You got to let this defense rest. And on the flip, you got to get the defense off the field. You got 3rd and long, get off the field. 3rd and 4, get off the field. I don't give a shit. Don't let the offense of the opposing team convert 3rd downs, but this offense needs to start converting 3rd downs. 5th thing the Dolphins need to do is they need to protect Ryan Tannehill. A lot of you guys last week were telling me that Tannehill hears footsteps and he freezes. Tannehill doesn't move in the pocket. Tannehill has horrible pocket presence. So, you know, this, and that. A lot of the footage I was looking at, a lot of the blitzes were coming right up the middle, and a lot of his sacks were coming right up the middle. I could show you a few plays right here where Tannehill had no time to move his feet because Jesse Davis let dudes blow right by him. We need to give him more time, especially for the guys who want to push the ball down the field, and especially for a lot of the Dolphin fans that want to see more vertical passing. He needs at least 3 seconds in the pocket, and with Khalil Mack out there, you got to give him some time. Got to give him some time. You got to give him a clean pocket. I feel like if we do these 5 things, a lot of it comes from the trenches. A lot of it comes from converting. A lot of it comes from limiting. I think the Dolphins will win. And my final prediction, I said the Dolphins would beat the Bears. Why I think the Dolphins will beat the Bears is because the Bears are coming off a bye. The Bears are coming off of everyone telling them how good they are, how elite they are, how Super Bowl contending they are with Khalil Mack on their team. And a lot of people are shitting on the Dolphins. The Dolphins are home. Adam Gase is like 12-4 at home. So that's the reason why I'm picking the Dolphins. I feel like they have more to fight for, and they have more desire. I'm not saying the Bears don't have a desire to be good or to fight for stuff. I think they're first place in their division right now. But I think the Dolphins will win. And I'm sticking to a 24-17 win. I like those numbers. I usually do. But that is what I think the Dolphins will do or need to do to beat the Bears. And comment below. Let me know what you guys think that the Dolphins should do to beat the Bears. Let me know if you're a Bears fan and you're on this video, what you think the Bears are going to do or Bears need to do to beat the Dolphins. That's a little twist I'm going to throw in there. If you're in the opposite positions fan, let me know what you think the Bears need to do to beat the Dolphins. It might be very simple by saying just play. Let me know. Speaking of comments, I got to read some of your guys' comments of the day. And I got 2 this week because you guys are just asking so many good comments that I have a hard time picking them. So this one comes from Alex is a Dolphins fan. Alex, are you a Dolphin fan? And he asked me, do you think the Dolphins are worthy of the 11-5 record the NFL Network was predicting the Dolphins to get, since basically our offensive line is basically backups? And another thing, my research teacher said the Dolphins need to draft to replace, not to back up. Do you agree? Alex. Yes. I do agree with your science research teacher. Yes, I do agree with that. We need to start drafting, like especially at quarterback, our next starter. I told you guys at the beginning of the season, even if Tannehill does okay, we need a replacement. To your are we worthy of the 11-5 record that the NFL Network predicted? They predicted this before the season started. When we were 2-0, I still thought 11-5 is not out of the picture. But with all these injuries and with our offensive line injured to the point of no one's coming back, because at least Wake is going to come back, Branch is going to come back, McCain's going to come back, Derby's going to come back. Like, these players are starting to come back, but Sitton and Kilgore, they ain't coming back. Unless they do what I said, which essentially is sign Eric Flowers, put him at left guard, put Ted Larson at center, Jesse Davis, and then you have the tackles. Then I think maybe we're at 10-6 if we do that. But if we don't do that and we stick with what we have, and we have Wesley Johnson or whoever at center, and then Ted Larson or whatever, no, we're not worthy of 11-5. But it's not because of the talent, but because of the injuries. And then this one comes from Nabokov fan 87. If I said your name wrong, I'm so sorry. I can't read to begin with, but yeah. He's asked me, if you had an opportunity to do a trade as a GM for a day, what would you trade who for? I trade for Mahomes or another great quarterback picks, whatever it took. If I had to do it, if I was the GM today, right now I was the GM, and I needed to make a trade, that's hard. That's really hard because I want to trade Devontae Parker. But without Devontae Parker, we don't have that type of receiver, right? Rashard Matthews is out there, but he's never coming back to Miami because we burnt that bridge. Like, we put a flame torch to it. It's dunzo bunzo. Oh, that's a hard question. It's a good question. I love the question. It was just hard for me to answer because I don't know. Like, we need a lot. We need a guard. We need a center. We need a quarterback. We need a lot. If this was, let's say this was off-season GM, I'm going to switch up your question. I would have brought in Teddy Bridgewater. I wouldn't have traded, but I would have brought in Teddy Bridgewater, and I would have got more depth at the offensive line. But as of right now, I don't know. I don't know. I would sign Eric Flowers because it'd be real cheap, and I would do the move that I would tell you I would do. Thank you for the question, the both of you. Alex, this is Dolphin fan, and I can't even pronounce your name. Thank you for the question. Guys, don't forget, comment below. Ask me questions, or just comment, say, hey, you're a dumb bitch. Because I am. But let me know what you got, like I said, what you guys think of my 5 things the Dolphins need to do, and let me know what you guys think of my plan for the offensive line. Bringing Eric Flowers in, put him at left guard, put Ted Larson at center. Let me know what you guys think. Follow me on Twitter. I tweet things out. I was retweeting things all day today about the injuries and stuff. So if you didn't know about it or you don't follow certain Dolphin beat writers, I was retweeting a ton of things about the fact that Quinn was back at practice and so wasn't at practice. So follow me on Twitter. Follow my second channel, The Bit Boys. Today, Thursday, when I'm recording this, we released Mega Man 11, so be sure to go over there, subscribe. We're going to play a ton of games, ton of new games as soon as they come out. We're going to play. If there's games you guys want us to play, let us know. We'll play it. Give this video a thumbs up because I think the Dolphins will win on Sunday. I do think so. I just feel like it just reminds me of that game where Jason Taylor had a pick 6 against the Bears when they had Rex Grossman, but their defense was great with Urlacher, and they were undefeated at the time, not 85, and everyone thought that, you know, the Dolphins sucked, but all of a sudden we went in there and we beat the Bears. It feels like that. It just feels like everyone thinks we suck, and everyone thinks the Bears are so much better, which they are, and we're going to get our asses whipped, and I just don't think so. I think we're going to win this one. So give a thumbs up if you think so too. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Even if you're not a Dolphins fan, because this guy right here, he's subscribed, and I appreciate the crap out of it, Jazzy TV. He's a Bengals fan and he subscribed. He said he really liked my stuff, and I really appreciated that. So you don't have to be a Dolphin fan to subscribe here, because every Wednesday me and my dad do picks. We talk about all the football teams. But other than that, I will see you guys on Sunday with my father. Hopefully we're super happy that we beat the Bears and we're 4-2, and if the Patriots lose to the Chiefs, then we're back in first place. So here we go, boys. See you guys on Sunday. Like usual, stay classy and fins up. Wrote mine down. So I picked the Eagles, and you are also picking the Eagles. What did you think of the Giants-Panthers game? We watched the end of that game together. 63-yard field goal he kicked. Now we're going to Sunday's game, and we got